Hey everyone, it's me, Jimmy Conrad, your favorite MLS player of all time. And now that I've stopped kicking the ball around with other grown men in small shorts, someone had the good idea of giving me the platform to interview important people in the game. And next up is the greatest player in Major League Soccer history, according to me, Mr. Landon Donovan, on the show my friends like to call MLS Insider. So, I might be a little biased because you were my teammate for a few years and now you've been my friend for even longer. But I consider you to be the best player that the United States of America has ever produced.
Okay.
So when you were younger, were you like flipping through a book, this is pre-internet, and you thought, there's 250 million people in the country and I want to be number one at this sport?
Not exactly. I think successful athletes probably all have something similar in them that they want to be the best. Sometimes the best is subjective, so I appreciate your opinion. And you
I just want to state it publicly.
Admittedly, a little biased, but I think we have something in us that drives us and keeps us going because at some point, the money is irrelevant, the fame is irrelevant, and you just want to be the best you can be. And anybody who's successful, I think, sort of has that about them.
So you happen to choose soccer, but do you think you would have been successful at anything you chose to do?
I sort of subscribe to the 10,000 hour rule that the more you practice something, the better you are. Obviously, you have to have some natural ability to do certain things. I couldn't be a
NBA player?
Right, obviously. So you have to have some ability
Spud
to
Webb
do
did
it.
it, but yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
But you have to have some ability, but then at some point it's just a lot of practice. If a ball comes to me and I'm able to take the proper touch and score, it's because I've done it 100 times. It's not because I was born naturally able to do that. So there's a little bit of mix of both, in my opinion.
Okay, so you're on the cusp now of breaking the scoring record for Major League Soccer and for having the most caps for the men's national team and overtaking Kobe Jones. Now, outside of singing karaoke with me in a duet many, many years ago, where it was the time of my life from Dirty Dancing.
Great song.
Yeah, great song, but you made me be the female lead, and I thought that was always kind of odd because I'm taller. But...
I thought it was obvious.
Okay, however you want to slice it. Since that's off your bucket list, where do those other two go on there? Was those always targets for you?
As the years went on and I started accumulating caps, yes. More recently, I don't know how feasible it is. My goal is to play through the World Cup and then sort of see how it all shakes out. The goal scoring record, I'm very proud of, and I think I'll get there. But I think both records probably speak to being able to keep producing because you don't get called into the national team if you're not producing. Speaking
of the national team, one of your longtime teammates on the squad, Clint Dempsey, made a triumphant return to Major League Soccer, and that included a huge contract, which made him the highest paid player in MLS, and he's American. Since you've been through a lot of the stuff that he's going through, the pressure, the expectations, people always wanting a piece of your time. The next time you see him, don't you just want to pull him aside and say, dude, Deuce, listen, I know, I've been through this, I know how to help you. It's a little country called Cambodia. A few weeks there, recharge the batteries. Is that something you'd consider?
In all seriousness, he probably does need a little bit of a break because he's been pulled around so crazily. Right. I'm sure in his quiet hours, he would say, you know what, this has been a lot.
Yeah.
And, maybe not publicly, we don't say that, but it's hard. It's not easy. And I know people say, well, you guys make so much money, just deal with it. But we're human beings.
Right.
And to get pulled around like that is tough. Like anyone else's life, there's hardships.
So speaking of hardships, two of the repercussions of you taking some time off was you probably lost your opportunity to become the captain of the U.S. team again. And also you lost the captaincy of the Galaxy to Robbie Keane because Bruce wanted to pick somebody that was going to be there from the start and all the way through. When you came back, did you feel like more or less of a leader in the locker room for both teams?
Less. People are quick to forget what you've done. And I think that's good and bad. It's good because the sports world just always moves forward. It's the way it is.
Right.
A guy scores a goal one day and he's not dressing the next day, you know? But as a human being, you feel a little disappointed because these are people you've spent a long time with, coaches included.
Like they didn't understand.
Yeah, and
even though you felt like they should because
I feel as a human
being
they should understand me because they've been around me enough.
Right.
But I also understand as a coach or as a player, you got to move on. And it's like, well, if this guy doesn't want to be part of it for these few months, we're going to move on, and he needs to earn it back. And so I understand that. I get all of it. But I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say it didn't affect me a little bit.
Well, Landon, it's been amazing to watch your journey from a kid with incredible potential to a thoughtful and mature man who, at least for me, has surpassed that potential. And
Thank you.
I'm proud to be your friend.
Thanks, Jimmy. I
So
appreciate
good luck
it.
during the season.
Thank
Good luck
you.
in Brazil next summer, and good luck for whatever is going to happen after that.
Thank you.
You're the man.